This week on Let's Fish TV, Jim Tutt and I are going to show you a little bit about Brandy Branch Reservoir in East Texas. This place has a lot of really big fish, and Jim has a lot of history here. I have a feeling that's going to be a good combination for this week's episode. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. Oh my gosh. Check that out.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southeast region every week.
Cobia! Big one. And a monster! Look
Beautiful.
at that!
That's a Tawakoni giant.
This is Let's Fish.
Welcome to Let's Fish TV. I'm your host, Andrew Upshaw, and today we're at Brandy Branch Reservoir. This reservoir is just over 800 acres. It's a power plant lake in deep East Texas, just outside of Hallsville. Let me tell you guys, this lake is very special to me. It has a lot of really big bass, and hopefully today we can show you exactly what it's made of. We'll also have this week's fishing report from your local region, from our insider reporters. In the meantime, I'm gonna get this boat launched, get everything set up, and we'll toss it back to the studio for your weekend planner.
Welcome back, everybody. We're so excited to jump into this new season with you. These lunar tables are predicting good game fish activity on Saturday and Sunday. Peak times begin at 8:45 on Saturday and 9:37 Sunday morning. The best time to fish in the evening will begin at 9:12 Saturday and 10:03 Sunday night. Depending on your local area, expect the sun to rise around 6:53 and set at 6:28. Evenings will feature a moon that's 92% visible. Stay with us. We've got fishing reports from across the area on the way, plus 2022 Bassmaster Classic champ Jason Christie stops by to answer your Ask the Pro question.
So what do you want to go do first?
Well, so we kind of got an opportunity here that's not a regular opportunity. What I mean by that is it's first week in February, and we're here in Northeast Texas, and this is a really clear lake, and it's a deep lake, which is deeper than most lakes around here.
Yeah.
But the whole point of that is it's got a lot of hydrilla, and there's fish that are spawning, there's fish that are up on the bank, and you can catch them out to 62-foot of water.
Yeah.
So it's pretty deep, around here. So we have a lot of opportunities. So we can target, a variety of types of fishing. A lot of fish being caught on jerk baits and grasses out to about 16 foot or so. So, I don't know, we can kind of play it. See, we got a lot of clouds today, a little front coming. They ought to be biting. So
they should be biting pretty good.
And there are some huge fish that live in this place.
Yeah, Brandy Branch it's a place I fished when I was in college.
Yeah.
It's a really unique place, and it's a power plant lake.
Yep.
So the water stays warm most of the year, and so we're here in the early part of the year. The pre-spawn for everywhere else, but they are spawning here. So we're gonna go out there and see what we can catch and see what we can get done today.
It should be fun. I mean, they're generating at the plant today, which is always good. That means the current's moving around. It's not a very big lake, so we don't have to really go hunt for them too hard, what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
And we've got some experience here, so it should be a fun trip. We should catch them.
There's a good one.
Oh, nice one. All right.
Finally caught me a nice one.
You got him?
Yeah, I got him, I think.
Oh, look at that fish. Oh, he's pretty, man. Golly, that's a pretty bass.
It is. It actually felt different. I went to set the hook and it pulled back a little bit. I was like, oh, okay.
Came off that bed up here, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And
It just
look how
goes to show
healthy
you.
that fish is. It's beautiful. He doesn't have a mark on him.
Yeah, just one little hook
That's
hole
your
right
hook
where
hole,
I
right
where
where
I
it's
caught
at.
him.
Yep.
Now that's the cool thing about Brandy Branch. We're here in deep East Texas. We're in February, and these fish are spawning here.
Yeah.
Now you can go all these other East Texas lakes and they're not spawning. They're all pre-spawn. But this is just a nice little buck bass. This is what you're gonna catch when you go up around here. Most of the fish in this area are really, really healthy. I came out here yesterday just kind of look around. I hadn't been here in a few years, and it just was baffling. We caught them out in 60, caught them in 2 foot. It kind of everywhere. And it's just a really unique place. So if you get around this area, make sure you check this one out. This is just one of those really cool places that's just so different than every other East Texas lake that you're gonna find. So let's get back out there. I want to try to catch a big one too.
Yeah, me
let's
too.
do that.
We might have to get out there deep. That's the cool thing about this too, what Andrew is saying. It's got grass in it, so any kind of technique that you like to do, you know, whether it's drop shotting, sight fishing, cranking, top water, whatever, you have the opportunity on this lake. So very unique. But good job, Andrew.
No, I appreciate it.
I guess I better catch one here pretty quick.
Hey y'all, welcome back. It's a brand new season of Let's Fish TV. I'm your host of the Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia Coastal Fishing Report, Captain Patrick Garmison. This segment's brought to you by the Convict Classic. It's a fishing tournament that I'm hosting. It's running from March 1st to May 31st. Join at any time. You can go to the Fishing Chaos app and find that to register. You can join at any time and fish at any time, so make it convenient for yourself. Go out, target Sheep's Head, and have a good time. Along the Mississippi coast, I talked to Sonny Schindler. He said that the Sheep's Head in his area is the low-hanging fruit. So if you want to just go out, stretch the line, catch some nice tasty fish, those are really good right now. Targeting them around pilings and structures using live shrimp, fresh dead shrimp, and fiddler crabs. Along the Alabama coast, we're seeing the Sheep's Head as well, mostly from about middle of the bay on south, and those fish are starting to migrate out into the Gulf as well. So somewhere between Middle Bay Lighthouse and areas south, you're gonna find the bulk of these Sheep's Head. Georgia coast, I talked to Tim Cole. He said that the redfish, speckled trout, Sheep's Head are all doing well in his area. He's on the southern part of Georgia. He said that the redfish bite is pretty good. Said the speckled trout bites is in the sound, and then the Sheep's Head bite is on the near shore structures. Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in, and y'all just remember to keep what you need and leave the rest. God bless, guys.
Oh, did she get it?
She came after it.
Try to get her back over there. Oh.
I was gonna say she got on it. That's a nice one.
There we go.
Oh, need some help? You got it.
No, I got it. About time.
That's
I
a
told
good
you it was a good one, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Wait, can you say that again?
That's
Yeah.
a good one, Andrew. You were right.
I was right. God,
I was gonna say, what was waiting so long when you set the hook?
Well, I was just making sure.
That's a pretty one.
All right, there we go.
Oh, that's a nice one, man. That's more like a 5-pounder, dude.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right.
Man,
Cool.
barely had her, actually.
That's right.
Man,
Nice.
what a, you know, Brandy Branch, it's actually a pretty special place for me. You know, it's a place that I grew up. I didn't get to fish here a lot, but anytime you got those real massive cold fronts, it was like you had to get out here and try to catch one. But let's get this fish back real quick. And
What a beauty.
Yeah, I mean, just a great fish. You know, on these overcast conditions like we have today, you know, it isn't the bluebird sky, that ideal condition when you're going sight fishing or looking for fish on beds. But one really important aspect to have is a bait that you can see. You know, more often than not, you can get by with like a green pumpkin rage bug or something really natural, watermelon red ocho, something like that. But I find it more times than not, when I'm in this situation, if I find a bait that I can see better, doesn't matter if it's pink, white, yellow, whatever it is, I tend to work the bait in a more of a correct manner than overworking it, you know, position it right. And it, you know, in that situation, we saw that fish there. I brought that Rage Menace, that Strike King Rage Menace, right into the bed, and I got it in the strike zone, and I let it sit. And I let it, you know, kind of do its deal, and I didn't overwork it out.
In my opinion, the key to sight fishing is having the bait in exactly the right place.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, you can talk about inches away. In fact, we found the spot on that fish a while ago, and it took us, I don't know, what, 10 minutes maybe?
Maybe, yeah, something like that.
But in the conditions like this, the water's a little off color here for Brandy Branch, and it's cloudy and the wind's blowing. Obviously, key is glasses, you know, good glasses. But that white bait allowed you to put it right in the spot. Once we found the spot, you know, she's spinning on it, and I mean, what, 2-3 casts?
Yeah, it didn't take long.
Not long
and
at
that's
all.
really one of the biggest keys. Now, if it's the perfect day and everything's right and it's calm and everything's good, yeah, you can get away with flipping just about any bait in there and seeing the fish eat it. But on these more overcast days, if you change that up, just that little bit of change, it will increase your catch and the time to catch exponentially. Because instead of waiting an hour for a fish to bite, you can get it in 5 minutes. So you take that to the bank. Next time you get out there, try it out, and you're going to see what you can catch.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury, Go Boldly, Lowrance, the ultimate fishing system, Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Plan or book your fishing charter at orangebeach.com. Motor Guides Tour Pro with GPS anchor, powered by Passion. Glacier Outdoor, outdoors since 1982.
There he is.
You got it. Nice one.
Come on. Hit it.
He's coming after it.
God. Hit it, you.
Dude,
There he is.
you got him. Nice one. Hey.
Hey, I know how to catch a fish.
Good job.
Hey, Jim, I should have let you reel that one in.
I guess turnabout's fair play.
Oh, man. Well, he ate it.
did
One
eat
of them hit it as soon as it hit the water, basically. He ran up there and hit it. Not a bad little
Look
fish.
at the pretty fish, man.
God, every one of them we've caught has just looked so good. You know, one key when you're out fishing that you can take to the bank, and I'm just telling you right now, if you have forward-facing sonar, if you have the opportunity to get it or get in the boat with somebody that has it, it's something that has definitely revolutionized the way we fish out here. But one thing is for certain, I don't care what time of year it is, if the fish are spawning, if it's in the summer, the winter, you have to have an eye on it almost at all times. Because it can teach you so much about how fish move and how they act. We've been fishing this one spot for a little while now. We're dragging baits on the bottom, catching some fish. I happened to scan out and I saw two fish sitting out there. And when there's two of them sitting out there, a lot of times they'll compete over the bait and you'll catch one of them. In this situation, I pulled out a Strike King jerk bait and I caught one of them. And it's paying attention to those little details. It might add you a fish here or a fish there, but by the end of the year, it's like, oh my gosh, I caught 50 or 100 extra fish because I had that thing and able to catch them. So pay attention to those little things. Using an active target is such a big deal in professional fishing now. And it's almost like if you don't have it, you're way far behind.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, just put that under the microscope. Tournament, you're fishing for 5 in a 5-fish tournament. So how many people come in with 4? Say, man, if I had one more fish, one more fish.
Yeah.
And there's a one more fish right there. Just because you're paying attention, you saw him out there, you picked up a different bait, boom.
Yep.
Got all over it.
Hey y'all, it's my pleasure to be back once again in 2023 as your Carolina reporter representing Crazy Sister Marina, the leader in water sports on the Grand Strand. You know how that goes. But we can take care of all your needs on the water when you're in the Grand Strand area. Why not let the best put you on the fish, and our guys do that. Book your trip now for the spring. It's never too early to make sure you get a spot on the New Inlet Princess or any of our private charter boats. Let's talk about what's going on right now. I'll tell you what, freshwater, let's talk about the shad. The shad bite down at the Tailrace Canal in the Cooper River has been incredible. Lots of fish being caught between 6:30 in the morning till about 9:30. They're running that water really good in the mornings early. It slows down, the bite kind of slows down, the fish are still there. Go out, get you some 1/8, 1/32 ounce jigs. Make sure you got some chartreuse in it, some pink in it. You're gonna have a lot of success catching some of those big shad right now that have made their way up the river to spawn. Also in the freshwater side of things, Santee. Let's go up above the dam there at the Tailrace Canal. Let's talk about the Russellville Flats. Lots of big bass being caught right now. Spinner baits around all those tree stumps. You're gonna find some big fish right now. This is that time to go get that personal best. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be here every week and I wanna hear from you. TrilogyOutdoorsMedia.com. You can contact me, send me some reports from your body of water, and I'll be sure to share them for you. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep that chaos organized.
Dude, when I say they were eating that, I mean just the most massive. I got one.
Get him. Oh, that's a little more solid. Good one. Oh, nice. Look at that fish jumping. Brandy Branch. Oh, That might be a little bit bigger than the last one, Andrew.
Maybe.
He's angry.
He is angry.
About the same size.
Yeah, it's about the
Pretty.
same. Yeah, that one's like one of those fat ones. Like,
Yeah, that might be a little female. I don't know.
Maybe so.
God, look at that. Not a mark on that fish.
No, that's a beautiful fish.
Beautiful fish. Good job, man.
So we're sitting here on Brandy Branch, and I've honestly, I've waited all year to get on a good stickworm bite. This is a Strike King Ocho.
That's Ocho, isn't it?
And it's just, started out using a Cinco a long time ago.
Oh, no, that's grass. Sorry.
And I started using this Ocho, and it wasn't until I won at Cherokee using the Ocho on a wacky rig that I really fell in love with it. It was just a bait that I wasn't real confident in, but I started using it all the time, and it's just become that bait that I use all the dang time. But I'm actually fishing it on a brand new rod, and that was part of the reason I wanted to even throw one today. This is the actual Ocho rod. This is a Lew's Signature Series rod. It's made just for fishing at Ocho. It's a 7'3", medium heavy, and it's really important when you're fishing a stickworm like this, especially when you're fan casting around weightless, is to have the right equipment. You don't want a rod that's too stiff. That is like the worst thing you can ever have. You want to have a rod that has a little bit of bend to the tip to where it loads up, and then you set the hook. And every time that you see me get a bite with an Ocho, I'm always loading that rod tip first to make sure that fish is on there, and then setting the hook. And they're always hooked their exact right place every single time.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Visit Mississippi. Wanderers welcome. Powerful. Total Boat Control. Balls Out. Made in the USA. Heavy duty mounts for your fish finders. Rely on. Challenge your limits.
Oh, there it is.
Got her. Oh, it's a good one. Need some help? Ooh. Here we are at Perky, Brandy Branch Reservoir, and we've been kind of sight fishing around, and we're looking for some big ones. And I'm here with the premier sight fisherman, and I'm not joking when I say that he and I fish against each other for a long time. Yeah. And we both seem to do pretty well when it's sight fishing. So anyway, we finally found one here. We're just going to show y'all at home what we're going to do here. The water's a little bit off color, and there's not much sun, so we're going to set on this fish. She's a big one. I'm going to say, pretty long, huh?
She's a pretty big one.
Somewhere between 5 to 6, 7 pounds maybe.
Yeah,
so,
somewhere in there.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a shot and kind of pan out. You see we're on a little point. Everything we've been catching is on points. Got some sand on it, and that little bed's right by those stumps. So
there's actually two there. There's a male and a female. There's a 3-pounder and a 5, probably 5, 6, right in that range.
So,
it's hard to say.
Yeah.
We're at actually we saw it at a pretty good distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So got lucky.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say how they're gonna bite or how they're gonna react. Oh, there it is.
Got her. Oh, it's a good one. Need some help? Ooh. Nice. You got her? You need me to help?
You can help if you'd like.
It's up to you.
What a pretty fish.
Got her. Way to go,
That's
man.
the big one too.
That is the big one.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, nice.
Man, nothing wrong with that.
Heck no, are you kidding?
Just thumped it too.
So y'all saw that whole deal from start to finish. Cool.
I mean, just a nice fish. And it was one of those things where you just had to be patient. It doesn't always happen immediately. Yep. Let's get this fish back real quick.
Welcome back, guys. It has been a little bit before I got to talk to you guys. Hope you guys had a great off season. Hope you guys have been catching a lot of fish. This is your Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi fishing report. So let's go ahead and let's start with Tennessee. Right now in Tennessee, Kentucky Lake is fishing really good. Now you're getting some slower bites, but you can fish a rattle trap, you can fish a chatterbait, A-rigs, jerk baits, just right along the current. I promise you guys, you'll catch some big smallmouth doing that. Now let's go ahead, let's swing over to Alabama. Alabama, Lake Gunnersville, it's getting a lot of pressure right now. There's been a bunch of tournaments, but the bags have been really big.
fish the isolated submerged vegetation, hydrilla, eelgrass, fish those high spots. I promise you guys you'll catch some big largemouth doing that. Now let's swing over, let's go to Mississippi. Right now, Sardis Lake, the crappie fishing has been phenomenal. I've had some buddies go out there and they have been absolutely wearing them out. They've been throwing some live bait just right around that current. They've also been catching them on a white and chartreuse crappie jig. Now they've been tying them up. They've been having 3 to 1 line, and they've just been dropping it out there, watching the forward-facing sonar, and they have been absolutely murdering them. I'll see you guys next week. Good luck to you guys, tight lines, and stay safe.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose, Feel the Difference, Mamba Boats, Ride with Pride, Strike King, Taiwan On, Fishing Specialties, makers of the premier mount assembly for live sonar.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's get right on to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Adam would like to know, what is the one single lure that every fisherman everywhere should have in their tackle box all the time? For an answer, we asked 2022 Bassmaster Classic champ, Jason Christie.
So if I had to pick one lure that everybody should have in their boat 24/7, every day of the year would be a jig. And the reason being is because you can just cover so much of the water column. You know, I can take a jig to any lake in the country, any river in the country and catch fish because I can fish it from this deep, 10 foot deep, 30 foot deep, 40 foot deep.
Thanks so much, Jason. If you want some help from one of the pros too, all you have to do is go to letsfishtv.com and follow that Ask the Pro link, then submit your question.
Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
All right, guys, this week on your Academy Right Stuff, we're going to talk about the new Team Lose Pro TI. It's a completely redesigned model, and let me tell you, it is one of the smoothest casting, most comfortable reels I've ever had by Lose. It has an external adjustable braking system, a great drag, and a completely redesigned handle that fits anybody's hands. I'm telling you right now, this is probably one of the best reels I've ever put in my hands, and easily the best casting and most usable that I've ever used. If you want more information on it, check it out at academy.com. Today on Brandy Branch, me and Jim Tutt used a couple different things to catch our fish. You know, when we caught our big ones, we were using the Strike King Minnow Scrub. White was the color. You got to be able to see the bait whenever you're catching those baiting fish, and it accounted for 2 of our biggest ones of the day by far. A 7.4 heavy action Lose Pro TI rod was what we needed to winch those big ones out of that timber, and 20-pound contra fluorocarbon. You know, but I'm going to tell you guys, my favorite thing I threw all day was the Strike King Ocho, watermelon red. When you're in East Texas, you can't go wrong with the watermelon red color. Texas rigging that Ocho on the brand new Signature Series medium heavy rod. This is a 7.3 by Lose. I'm telling you guys, it is the best rod I've ever found for fishing an Ocho. Definitely one that I would recommend for you to get in the future. Brandy Branch showed out today. Me and Jim caught some really nice bass. Let's Fish TV is on the air next week. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Till next time, I'll see you on the water.